Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be going over the reverse round pen because you guys really seem to like the last video that I made, so I'm going to go a little more in depth. So the first thing that I noticed it helped with my horse was his shoulder muscles. He really seemed to struggle with building them, and once we did the reverse round pen, I noticed that they started to get bigger and just grow overall. And since they're going in a circular motion, it really helps that. And I find that it kept him really collected with me not being on his back. It's also a great way to exercise your horse without particularly riding them or putting them in a hot walker. It also helps your horse realize cues from the ground that you can work up to riding, like clicking, which means trot, whoa, slows down, and etc. And it really seemed to help Chance figure out what the cues were, so that when I finally got on his back and rode him, he understood the cues like he's done this millions of times before. Also, just a great way to have fun with your horse besides having to ride them. I found that this really helped strengthen the relationship between me and my horse because he particularly does not like being ridden, so I like to find different ways to interact with him, and he really seems to love this and it strengthens our bond. Also, it's a really great way for your horse to work on being collected with you not being on their back. Also, another thing that I wanted to link up is that it really helps with your horse's transitions. Like in this reverse round pen, you can either walk, trot, canter, or you could do nothing. And I find that it really helps with the transitions and again the vocal cues and linking it to that certain movement. If your horse has done the reverse round pen enough times, you can settle them up and you can sit on them, and you can have somebody in the middle of the reverse round pen and lead them around just so they can get used to the cues, the transitions, while having somebody on their back, but still the familiarization of having somebody in the round pen leading them around. Overall, it's just a great way to practice liberty with your horse, and it also gives them the opportunity, depending on where it is, like I'm doing it in the pasture, most of you may do it in the arena depending on what you guys have, but it gives your horse the opportunity, if they have extra energy, and they can run off and do their little thing while you just stand there and wait for them to come back to the circle. It's a great way to give your horse the option to do work, or they can just do their own thing. And I feel like it really helped my horse with expressing himself. And I don't even know why you wouldn't try reverse round pen, because it's honestly so fun and there's so many reasons to try it, and I don't know why you wouldn't. It's so fun. And here, you guys don't have to do this, but I'm just leading my horse around outside of the round pen, just because why not? And another thing I forgot to mention is it gives you a spacing between you and your horse. So if you struggle with having like a boundary with your horse while exercising them, this is also a great way because there's a like separation between you and your horse so that your horse doesn't get all in your personal space, but you can still work with them. Here I was trying to get Chance to canter, but he got a little distracted. And another thing, I know I keep forgetting, but it also gives your horse the way to listen to your body and how you move, and go off your movements and try to match your energy. Here I'm just going to play the raws of my training session just so you guys can get the feel of how this really looks. I am going to have a little bit of music just so you guys don't get so bored.
like a ransom note. If I give in,